Hey, this is Taya Valkyrie, and you're in the Wrestling Epicenter.
You're listening to Interactive Wrestling Radio, featuring the interactive interview, courtesy of WrestlingEpicenter.com.
So what you gonna do?
Let me talk to you, dummies.
Oh, yeah.
You're where it's at.
If you're smart like me, you gotta listen.
And if you don't listen to it,
I'll come out of your computer and body slam your ass.
don't be a Melvin.
I will scar you.
Open your third eye.
Woo! It's gonna be cool.
Oh, what a rush.
It's showtime!
We had a lovely conversation.
To the interactive interview. Interactive Wrestling Radio.
The Epicenter.
Here we go, guys, one more time with Lucha Royalty. Welcome to another edition of InteractiveWrestlingRadio.com. Joining us for the third time in just a moment will be Taya Valkyrie. First time was back in 2017, just after her Impact debut. She also was part of one of the Impact Wrestling teleconferences, and now we get to talk to her exclusively from Lucha Underground to promote Season 4. And we do talk a few things about Impact, but we promote Season 4, which is underway right now on Rey Network every Wednesday night, back at its usual time slot, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope you guys are tuning in each week and checking out what the Worldwide Underground, Taya, Johnny, PJ, Ricky Mandel, as well as Jack Evans. Right now they're having their trouble with the Reptiles, but I think you guys will enjoy this interview. Once again, I want to thank Lucha Underground and Adriana for helping set this up, and I hope you guys enjoy this. It's straight from Comic-Con this past Friday. Enjoy. Available now in the archives of WrestlingEpicenter.com. It's our 2017 initial interview with Taya Valkyrie shortly after she made her Impact Wrestling debut. Hear her talk about the unfortunate incident between Sexy Star and Rosemary.
I just was so disappointed in the whole situation because I consider myself to be the face, of someone who is heavily involved in the Lucha Libre world on an international level.
You're Lucha Royal.
Right, yes, exactly. I'm Queen of Queens. So it's just really sad for me to watch.
Get it now at WrestlingEpicenter.com and InteractiveWrestlingRadio.com.
This is Amber Nova, your classic car-driving pro wrestler in the Wrestling Epicenter.
When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see someone that is a disappointment? Because I don't.
Taya on Lucha Underground. New episode Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Rey Network.
Sponsored by Cricket Wireless. Something to smile about.
Welcome back to Interactive Wrestling Radio right here on Wrestling Epicenter. Joining us once again from Comic-Con is Taya Valkyrie from Lucha Underground and Impact Wrestling. Miss Valkyrie, are you with me?
Yes, how are you guys?
I'm doing great. We've spoken to you once before. In fact, very shortly after you started with Impact Wrestling, we had you on, and at that time we were discussing Ultima Lucha Trace as well. I wanted to ask you, how cool was it when you finally got the call to know that Lucha Underground Season 4 was a go?
Oh my gosh, I mean, we were just waiting and waiting for that announcement, so it was just we were just so ecstatic to be able to head back to the temple and do what we love, which is Lucha Libre, and be in that environment, because that show is so special to me, and it really creates magic, so we were extremely excited.
All right, and that's kind of what my next question was. The one thing that sets Lucha Underground apart from every other wrestling company is the Believers. That crowd really is a part of the show. A little opportunity for one of the biggest stars of Lucha Underground to give a little love back. How much do the Believers add to Lucha Underground?
I think that the Believers and the Temple itself are actual characters in the show because they influence us so much, and they're just there and so loud, and the energy that they feed us back when we're performing is undeniable and cannot be repeated in any other venue as far as I'm concerned. It's just a special place, and the fans are so loyal to us, and there's some fans that have been there since day one, and we're so thankful for them, and they continue to help support and spread the word of what is Lucha Underground. So thank you.
You're very welcome. And one thing that also happened since we last spoke is you got married. So if I haven't said so already, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yes, John and I got married on June 1st in California, and it was honestly the best day ever. Wish I could do it all over again and again and again because it was honestly so special. But yeah, thank you very much. We're extremely happy.
All right. So I mentioned Impact Wrestling. I just wanted to ask your status with Impact Wrestling because I know that that you're not there right now, and I know they're gearing up for their big pay-per-view of the year, or one of two anyway, with Slammiversary this weekend.
Slammiversary is on Sunday. Yes, they have an incredible full card with tons of great matches and championship matches and girl matches. I think there's 2 different matches. And I mean, I'm not there this Sunday, but I'm still working with Impact. Absolutely nothing wrong there, whatever. It's just the way that it is right now. And I look forward to getting back there very shortly and continue doing some great work with them. I mean, the women's locker room there, the Knockouts are, some of the best wrestlers I've ever encountered in the world of female wrestling. So I'm just really proud to be working with them and representing them, doing what I'm doing right now, which is promoting Lucha Underground and all the other projects I'm involved in. So don't you worry, I will be back in the Impact Zone.
Awesome. I can't wait for that. So I had a slip of the tongue before we started recording. I said WrestleCon instead of Comic-Con. WrestleCon did happen, though. Lucha Underground versus Impact Wrestling. Again, I said, a year ago, maybe a little bit over a year ago, they were blurring out referees' faces that were working with Lucha because they didn't want to intertwine. Yeah. And now you guys are working together. What is your thoughts on this open-armed approach of all the wrestling companies kind of all coming together and helping each other out?
There's nothing, it's just so amazing to be part of this business right now because it is what it is. We're all able to, there's like this mentality where all these kind of dream matches are able to happen because everyone is working together and not against each other. So it's really given this opportunity for all of us as performers to face each other in different avenues in front of different fans. I mean, the Lucha Underground fans are completely different than the Impact fans. And like that show at WrestleCon really brought all those people together. And I think that we're all, all those fans are wrestling fans. And the fact that they can follow us on our journeys through all these different companies, following and wrestling different people is just magical. So I think it's a really special and amazing time to be part of this business. And and there's endless possibilities for things that can happen in the future for every single one of us involved.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, since you've been back with Lucha Underground Season 4, the Worldwide Underground has had their problems with the Reptile tribe. Can we expect you and Cobra Moon to tie up anytime soon?
Well, there's a few confrontations that happen in the next few episodes. You're all going to have to wait and see because I can't spoil anything for anyone. But let's just say that we are on a killing spree with snakes right now. So we don't like no snakes. Get these snakes out of the temple.
Excellent, excellent. And I got to tell you, I did an interview with Rosemary right when she was having her feud with you, and it did so well that Impact Wrestling took it and posted it on ImpactWrestling.com as one of their own products, and I really thought that was cool. Wanted to ask you about your segments and matches with Rosemary that really stole the show for quite a while there at Impact.
Yeah, I mean, Rosemary is so Canadian. We had never actually physically met until we faced each other on the Impact. I just felt like, I feel like she's just such a dynamic character, and her person, she just lays it all out there, and is so 100% committed to the storytelling, and really creating magic for the fans. And so for my character of Taya Valkyrie and the character of Rosemary to face one-on-one, it really was like fire and ice against each other in such a dramatic confrontation. So I'll never forget that. I hope we get to do it again because it was just really, really fun to be involved in something like that with another woman who I think is one of the most talented women I've ever faced in the ring. So
Very cool. So earlier this week, we actually had a chance to speak to Johnny Impact as part of the Impact conference call, and he was messing with a caller in on that. Not us, but he was messing with somebody when they asked him this question, and I'll ask you this question. What do you think of the idea of the Worldwide Underground appearing on Impact Wrestling together as a unit?
Oh, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, anything is possible right now. Honestly, absolutely anything is possible. And the four of us together are pretty dangerous. It's like some weird sort of chemical reaction happens, and the four of us are just completely unstoppable. And we're just a very dynamic, different faction that has ever been seen. So, I mean, I'd be completely open to the idea. Why not?
Very cool. And the way he was messing with them, he said, well, we call ourselves the Worldwide Underground because we're on Lucha Underground. What would we call ourselves in Impact? And the guy had no response for him. It was actually pretty funny. So,
oh, my gosh.
All right. So I asked Rich Swann a similar question to what I just asked you. I asked him about, very different characters, him and Su Yung, very different characters. Yourself and Johnny on Impact are very different characters. Johnny's the all-American good guy to some extent, and you're the Lucha royalty. Any chance that down the road we might see you two join up on Impact TV?
You can never say never. I mean, it would be very interesting to see how we would tell that story since I don't even associate with Johnny Impact at all on Impact Wrestling. So, but they did acknowledge that Johnny Impact and Taya Valkyrie got married. So you never know what could happen, So I mean, let Impact know what you think about that because the possibility of that happening could be quite high. Who knows? We don't know. Who knows?
Very cool.
The magical world of pro wrestling. You never know.
Exactly. I know you can't spoil anything, but what are your hopes for Lucha Underground Season 4?
I just hope that you all see how much heart and passion we put into the season. We filmed the entire season in the span of a month. We were absolutely bruised and battled by the time it was over because we just are so committed to creating something so special because it means so much to each and every single person on that roster. So I hope that everyone can really see that and recognize that. And I hope that we're back for Season 5 and that you guys fall in love with us all over again by the end of Season 4 and that you keep rooting for us and supporting us because this is something, Lucha Underground is changing the norm and is creating something so different. So let's keep making it.
That was my next question. And my final question, I kind of wrapped up the first interview I did with you asking if there would be a Lucha Underground Season 4. And now that it's airing, I'll ask you the same thing. Is there going to be a Lucha Underground Season 5?
Too soon for anyone to tell us anything at this point, obviously, because the season has just started airing. But everything was really positive, and the reception of Season 4 has been incredible. And as long as we keep doing that, and you never know what could happen, but hopefully we get to do it early next year. That would be my guess. But I know nothing, honestly, at this point. I'm just trying to be optimistic because I always try to stay positive about this kind of stuff. So let's just be really positive and hope that we get the go-ahead and we can do Season 5 hopefully very sooner than later.
Very cool. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you as always. I won't keep you anymore. Let you get to the insanity of the San Diego Comic-Con. Sounds like it's a lot of fun over there.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. And everybody just follow me on my Instagram and Twitter at the Taya Valkyrie, Facebook.com/Taya Valkyrie, and on YouTube, Weta Loca TV.
All right. You might have to spell that one for me. No, not right now, though. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is the Wrestling Epicenter. For over 15 years, we've brought you the top names in professional wrestling for exclusive interviews. Everybody you see here has been interviewed by our site. But we're more than just interviews. So be sure and check out WrestlingEpicenter.com for news, results, information, and of course our store. WrestlingEpicenter.com, your #1 source for wrestling information.